Help prevent the spread of respiratory disease like COVID-19. Stay home when sick, except to get medical care.
Hello, madam. How can I help you?
Stop the spread of germs.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the United States Office for International Development, USAID, through the Zambia Community HIV Prevention Project, ZCHIP.
Talk at 6 on Millennium Radio is brought to you by Reaper Stock Feed, the Feed Masters.
Bantu wonse pasiyanini hapa nichankishtika wana maliro uyuro bati kapita machiteleta shimzanga ka nikanifi siyanene iya mwainuka bwangu nashipwele pona siyanene kulipela bawangu hapa ni mavuto watu badala kutia ngutu maweti tunekamunga tungunda ishwa navutika hivi ya neze kuyopa nata nikamuza soka jimangi asema ya isianene azanipa ila kubu ona chabe kwanga bantu sibasaka na usanga balese ndapofie ona saifi tu njise izangu kubima tuli buku ichi ona nitaki asiane mbituni wani uchita mambola kwani nuziko nawe fiti tigawanenga mwabantu sibu mfiti iwe tuma tilipa nguku na Reaper Stock Feed Reaper.
Yes, Reaper Stock Feed has it all for your broiler chicks. Find us at plot number 20554 Chinika Industrial Area off Mumba Road, Lusaka. In all outlets, look around for Reaper Stock Feed. To find out more, call us on 0953 624050 or 0971 864700. Reaper Stock Feed, the Feed Masters.
Welcome back. This is Talk at 6 on Millennium Radio, and we are broadcasting to you live from the 23rd floor of Findeko House here in Lusaka. And remember, it is 90.5 FM Lusaka and the surrounding areas, that is all the way to Mazaboka. We are on 93.5 in Chagwa and the surrounding areas, which includes Luano Valley, 93.9 in Kapiri, including Mkushi, and 100.1 FM, those of you that are in Dola, and the rest of the Copper Belt. Our guest is Mr. Erasmus Chendela Mukondo, and he is the Chief Administrator, or we can say he is in charge of the Information and Publicity Desk under the Patriotic Front PF Media Team. And we are discussing President Lungu's decree on aspiring candidates mobilizing and its significance, and the significance of the pronouncement on intra-party democracy. So, Mr. Chendela, I remember before the break I did ask, that it's something to do with you don't expect crybaby MPs or incumbent office bearers that will be crybabies because more people will come or rise to this particular challenge.
Yes.
Would you want to exhaust that thought?
Yes. As I was saying, it does not only help the party to have quality leadership, but it also helps us to profile our works from what level. Each constituency should be able to adapt, so that at the end of the day, all the 185, the 85 constituencies where we have the incumbent MPs will be able to give the people of Zambia what we have done in our constituencies through our MPs before we even go, because the presidency, for him it is the whole nation. Him it covers even where we don't have the incumbent MPs. For him, he can even say, you go to Chikankata, you will find that I've put up 750 megawatts. So for him, his constituency is the whole nation. Yeah. It's not a partition in two constituencies. For him, the people of Zambia will be looking at him as, no, the whole Zambia, it's under you, Mr. President. So for him, he can show wherever he has been showing and demonstrating to the people. This is the reason why he said that I'm not even afraid of anyone, because I know my works can show. So it should trickle down to our MPs, so that at the end of the day, if they prove out their achievements, it's the party at the end of the day which is going to benefit. And at the end of the day, we do not want also to carry over those who are not working for the people, those who are appointed, or is it who are elected, because in 2011 maybe we are looking at only winning the president, but this time around, as I indicated earlier on, we are a growing party. We are not like the MMD, which when they took over power, they 125 and the UNIP was 25. For us, we are going to that 125. So for us to achieve the 125, we need to remove this incumbents, the incumbents curtain, which has been protecting these people, so that people look at them. If people go to Chawama, they should be able to ask, oh, Member of Parliament for Chawama, what has he delivered? If we go to Matero, the Member of Parliament for Matero, what has he achieved? If we go to Kalulushi, we should speak the same language. We go to Mwenze, we go to Mongo. For those constituencies which don't have our MPs, it's very simple. It's very simple. It has been open all along. Okay. And that one was declared by the Central Committee. But this has been an extension now, even to our strongholds, those who are sitting MPs. So basically, this is helping us to profile our works, so that even as we get closer to our people, we'll be able to speak from a constituency point of view, from a councillor point of view. This is what we have done. This is maintain this councillor or promote this councillor. Now we have seen he has delivered at this wide level. Yeah. If he has managed to maintain this garden, give him a farm. So that's what we are asking. And for those who have failed to maintain farms, why continue giving them the same farm? You know, it's the lives of our Zambian people that we have been given this privilege to preside over. And the Zambian people, they expect results. Okay. So before the Zambian people red card us, we need to red card those who are not delivering, those who have not been working, those who have been saying, you know, I know Edgar Lungu will help me. But this time around, the language has changed. The SG spoke about the same. Those who are popular on the ground, those whose works will speak for themselves.
All right. So is that, in other words, the party accepting that it has members who are just there to warm seats and they are not rolling out the development?
Because, you know, this philosophy, or generally the way it is in life, even among, if you go, these armies which have won wars, great wars before us, which has forged the empires, we know that there are soldiers who did not deserve to be there, even to be victorious, but they have been there. But when times like this comes, we need to isolate those soldiers who have just been sleeping idle, those who did not fight, those who cannot fight. We need to have, if you know that the adversary that you are going to face in this coming election is somebody who knows our tactics, or somebody who has been with us for a long time, we need really to make sure that we leave no stone unturned. So we have always believed that we have had some people who have thrived on just using the president's name and then the party's name. Others, they come on the 11th hour just because they have resources. You know, they'll be able to come on the 11th hour to say, no, this is what I can do. But this time around, 10 months, when they come, maybe when you are remaining with 2 months, they'll be asking, the president declared 10 months ago, and so we don't want to have such people. And you know, we have had a lot of professionals who have been a disappointment. They come to jump on the bandwagon towards maybe on the 11th hour, and then we have ended up putting them. But if you look at those who have been with the party from day one, they have provided leadership. One of them, I can give an example, is in Wapura, our MCC there, and the current provincial chairman, Honorable Chagwa. is one of an example who has been with the party through thick and thin when we are in opposition, through and through. So those are some of the people that we want to see being championed, working others. And then those also who joined us, we have people like the health minister who joined us somewhere in 2013, 2014, somewhere there. But he has proved beyond reasonable doubt that he's a hard worker. Those are the people that you are going to keep. So if your works can show, then you are comfortable. But if you have others whom I cannot mention because these are intra-party politics, partially, when the people in these constituencies, the respective constituencies, as the president says, you are the owners of these constituencies. You tell your MP, so it is very interesting in the sense that now the incumbency veil, it has been lifted. And the one who has lifted it, it's the president, the incumbent president, who is also want to go with a team that will be the cream of creams.
Okay. Now, how would you rate, the success, or should I say, the PF's development or rolling out of development in across the country, when there can be, or there are some MPs within the party that are not delivering, because they say development starts at constituency level or at what level. When we have individuals that are not working according to the expectations of the party and the president, are you confident that you have done much in terms of developing the country?
We have done much. I like what the SG, how we confidently told the people of Zambia just this immediate past Sunday, how we talked about the education system. We comparatively talked about, when we are talking about what we have achieved, we are not competing with the UPND. UPND, they are just a dreamer, a group of dreamers. We are talking about comparing ourselves comparatively with the UNIP, comparatively with the MMD, like in the education system. The figures are very simple when it comes about the statistics for the universities. You find that we are the UNIP, they constructed only 3 universities. And then when it comes to the MMD, not even one was constructed in their 20 years. But for us, we have added, now we are talking about 7 universities. So basically, we have delivered in the education sector. And then not only that, the MMD left a system which was highly compromised, one which was full of corruption, that is leakages. But by 2019, we had cleaned the system of that corruption at that level, those leakages, by 2019. So these are some of the things that we are pointing at in the education system. And then if we go talk about the construction of these roads, people are even tired of roads that we have been constructing. They are saying, we are just busy constructing here and there. Why can't you use this money to give us so that we put food on our table? But the thing is, our program, it's looking at long-term things. We are not looking at the immediate, because we are investing in the future. And this future, we're talking about between 30 years to 60 years. And if you talk about the energy sector, we're talking about investing into the energy sector comparatively with what the colonial masters did in 1956 when they built the Kariba Dam. For us, that's what we are looking at. And for the people of Zambia, they can see, for the first time since independence, we have added on a massive infrastructure that globally almost close to 3 billion, and that is the Kafue lower. So that one need to bring on board 750 megawatts. So comparatively, if you look at what we are doing, we have added value to this country. We have changed the balance sheet of this nation. If you go to southern province, the same story will be talking about the same 750 megawatts. You also talk about the farming strategy that we have employed nowadays as to make sure that our farmer moves in tandem with the resilience concept that we have been talking about, preaching under the 7th National Development Plan. And then Western Province, the balance sheet is totally different. We have injected 750 million. That is the Mongo Kalabo Road, the famous Mongo Kalabo Road, and we have connected that province to the rest of this country. So we have connected all the 10 provinces. And for Western Province, this is the reason why even the Cashewnut project, it's working now. We have almost 60,000 of our people, the youths and women, in equal share. 30,000 this side men, 30,000 this side women, who have been employed in Western Province. And the latest, some of the achievements, it's under the Ministry of Water Development, where we find that the access to water, it was only 7%. Within 90 days, I'm talking about this. These projects, they have injected over $80 million so that we may uplift the access of water in that province, so that people can have clean water to about 78%, which is a lot, which is almost over 1,000%. So on the Copper Belt, it's the same. You go on the Copper Belt, we have come up with mega projects, that one of 40 million, Bwana Mkubwa project, which will make sure that Ndola, other district, Rwansha, Kitwe, will be able to access clean water, so that all these water blues will be permanent a thing of the past. And then also this capital city, Lusaka, we have been making it viable economically well, so that it is effective, efficient, and economically viable. Through the road network, we are now removing in some of these roads. If you look at this, the Kafue Road, you find that the time that it used to take you to reach Makeni, Chiranga now, it has been reduced. We used to spend almost hours there stuck in Chawama, but there we have put something classic. Over 14 million has been invested into that flyover bridge, so that at the end of the day, the economy is protected, the economy is boosted through such infrastructure. So it will be the same with the Great East Road, Munali somewhere there, and then East Park somewhere there. If you look at the Great North Road, the road have been expanded up to Chwombo somewhere there. So basically, you are talking for the first time. We are looking at a capital city, which is where we can talk about this is a capital city. So we are moving Lusaka from a village into a capital city. Go in Rapula, we'll be talking about 121. I talked about the MCC for Rapula province, Honorable Chagwa. Yeah. We have 121 after the expo. Companies have opened. We had the brilliant minds who had come like Mwansa, the late Mwansa, who passed on last month. All these people, they are the Chile companies, and these have continued, been rolled out the same project. We have the cassava projects. We have now the sugar projects. We have mentioned them. So basically, as the Patriot Front across the nation, this is the reason why the president, they want now each MP, especially those who are in our stronghold, to at least separate themselves from the national development, and then at least be able to say, even if it came here, Mr. President, you remember, I'm the one who lobbied for this. Yeah. Mr. President, I'm the one who did, I'm the one who brought for this. Because others, they only ride on the presidential initiative, they ride on the national cake. But we want, as an individual, why should people maintain you? Why should people vote for you this coming 2021? So basically, our politics, we are setting a new tone. It's that one of performance management. And you know, the president himself is the one in the history of this country. He introduced the quarterly system. For us as a chartered accountant, we know how important it is to have the civil service to be, the permanent secretaries to be reporting, to be renewed. So that at the end of the day, we have both from the legislature and also from the civil service, it must also talk about quality in leadership. So the president, that pronouncement, it is a good governance. It is a good pronouncement that is speaking multitude when you talk about democracy. So democracy in the PF is being enhanced, and would want also in other parties to take leaf from what is happening in the Patriot Front. Okay.
Our guest is a Patriotic Front PF member in charge of information and publicity under the media team. This is Mr. Erasmus Chendela Mukondo. And excuse me. We've seen the Patriotic Front emerging victorious in some of the, or should I say, most of the recent by-elections. Can the development that you are pointing out be measured as the reason why you seem to be popular?
Yes, exactly. This is the reason why we are popular. But that is not enough. We need now to have quality leadership itself. We need to have people who are not only popular, who are riding on the popularity of the party, but they need to provide leadership, because immediately somebody wins an election, you just say, no, me, I'm coming from a party which is very popular, our president is so much hardworking. At the end of the day, we do not want to put too much stress on one person, the Republican president, but let us share the responsibility of providing these services to our people. And how do we share these responsibilities? Is to make sure that the incumbent MPs, they are doing the job why they are being paid every month. They were voted in 2016, and then why they would want to clean on to the same seats that they have been given. So it's this main reason why the president has come up this time around. Each one who is Ambila now, we want everyone to swim, not to let others to be on the boat. No, we are comfortable. We have been in this boat for such a long time. Others, they have been using, no, I'm a relative of the late president. Others, they will say, no, I'm a relative, or I'm a very close ally of Edgar Lungu. Oh, no, me, we formed this party. No.
Founding member.
We have now, I'm a founding member. No.
Yeah.
We are now talking about merit. We are now graduating from that just approach of saying, no, let's move as a team. No. But we want to assess ourselves.
Okay.
So that at the end of the day, we give the Zambian people quality leadership. And the Zambian people, they deserve quality leadership. They deserve people who are with them on ward level, who are with them on constituency level, and then on district level.
All right. Now, getting back to issues of intra-party democracy,
Yes.
we know that there was this exercise to hold intra-party elections that was started sometime last year. Lusaka, it was supposed to have its own elections.
Yes.
And a few other provinces. It has gone silent. Is it true that you are maybe avoiding to hold the intra-party elections in these other provinces?
If you look, comrade, these same constituencies or by-election where we have had these same challenges, in particular, it started here in Lusaka. I think we had some by-elections in 2018, and then also we had some by-elections. A lot of them, they have happened in Luapula, somewhere there. And Luapula, they have not gone through the inter-party election. Northern Province, they have not gone through an inter-party election. So if you look at also these by-election on a national level, they also affect our mobilization. Because at the end of the day, we need to take seriously development to other areas where these by-elections have been held. So you find that like now, the incumbent SG, the Secretary General, One Davies Mwila, is the one who has been tasked to mobilize the party. So you find that he is always divided when it comes to doing inter-party election, and then also to make sure that we deliver the by-election where we have had the situation whereby somebody resigns, or such situation where an MP dies, like the way it happens in Mansabombwe, and then also where we had an independent candidate in Northern Province. So basically, this is the reason why you find that because of too much work on the SG, you would find that as a party, we make sure that the resources, whatever we have, we make sure it goes to where they are buried and have been held. Like now, he was on ZMC on Sunday. He was telling our people that look, the election will resume immediately after this Churubi Island elections are over.
Okay.
And we are remaining with 5 provinces. That is Northern Province, Luapula, Southern Province, Lusaka, and the other one, the other one being Western Province, because in Western Province we have an interim committee. Okay. And you know, the other hiccup which we had, it's the COVID-19,
yes,
which derailed us totally. Starting from, is it March 23, when the president had declared a partial lockdown, to where we are now. So basically, these are some of the factors that have moved us to where we are.
So you remain committed to having...
We remain very much committed, yes, to the inter-party elections.
Okay. So do you think other political parties are learning from you? As PF, you are the party that is in government. Are you leading by example? I mean, you seem to be leading by example, but are the other parties learning from you?
Well, it's very difficult to categorically say that they are learning from us, because this is a constitutional matter. It's a Republican constitutional matter, and we don't need to force people as a result.
Okay.
But we have set the tone, and we have set a very good example of being a ruling party. We have demonstrated that leadership is followed, good governance is followed, and then democracy, the tenant of democracy, they have been championed within the Patriot Front. Among them, it's this new latest that the president talked about, of making sure that those crying babies, we are not going to protect them, but it's open for all to come out so that they can defend themselves, and then also to speak to the people of their achievement. And 4 years, it's quite, we have done in 19 years. So 4 years, from 2016 to where somebody wouldn't come and say, no, if it's too early, or we are not given, if you had done that as you asked, if you had done that, others within 3 years, they would have been giving excuses. Yeah. But these 4 years that they have been in office, they'll be able to say, by this time, they should be able, like the way, I like the way my colleague came out, Kangombe, he said, me, I've worked, you look, if I have somewhere where I can point my fingers, this is the reason why I'm ambitious. I would want to be given a constituency of my own, instead of just being a chief councillor here. And no one has come out to say, no, Kangombe, you have not delivered, you have not done what. It's very free, because in these 4 years he was given, he has demonstrated leadership, and the remaining 1 year is just to patch up here and there, so that at the end of the day, we'll be able to market himself as an MP. So basically, this is the reason why, as a Patriot Front, we believe this is the way forward. Okay. And this is the ultimate position that all other Democrats, even those who are outside, they were praying for. So we believe that parties, especially the UPND, should be also following the same examples. When we went to the northern province, we discovered that the UPND, they don't even have a structure there. They don't have anything on the ground, and they confirmed through their MP, Garin Combo, that they don't even have members there. This is the reason why you go into some places like CESA, they scored literally 0. CESA primary school has been there since independence. You find that people, they score out of 600, 0. Another one where we're at 712, you find that they score only 10. So basically, this is timely, and especially for the UPND, those who claim that they have a national structure, they have a national representation. This is the reason why we would want them to take a leaf from us. So basically, we are very hard on the UPND, and this is the reason why we are challenging them. Can you also do elections in the Northern Bloc? Okay. And then also, they should also learn from us. Can you also open for others to aspire in Southern Province, in Western Province, so that more energetic blood can impress people like Jack Mwimbu, and then also this Mazabuka Member of Parliament, who have been there for the past 22 years. So basically, we have set the tone, and we expect them to follow. For other smaller parties, like Kalaba, I think he has a huge task, because wherever he goes, immediately he comes back to Lusaka, you find everything has evaporated. So you find that it's a huge task, really. It consumes a lot of resources. And then as others, also those like the ones which are being led by CK, the National Democratic Party, they must also continue, also find a representative of Chimbakambwiri, so that at the end of the day, they show that they are a national party. So that it's not only that when Chimbakambwiri has been put in behind the cells, then the party dissolves or evaporates. So I expect all of them to have gone through inter-party elections, and they should have elected the officials.
All right. We take calls 0962870921, 0953448551. The numbers to call for your contributions. This is Talk at 6 on Millennium Radio, and let's stick to issues that are at hand, and let's also be so civil in our expression. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Well, thank you. Your name?
I'm David Chavara.
David Chavala.
Yes, from Gazili.
Yes, David Chavala. Go ahead.
Yes, I get the I'm listening from the program which was on Saturday 10 hours.
Sorry?
I got your line to...
Okay, this is an on-air line. We are on radio. We'll announce the landline later.
Oh.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Okay, mukasirize sa. Okay. Zikomo. Good evening.
Wow, Bombero.
Wino mulishani?
Wino.
Ishina?
Nebo winter muganga ndetimira kufuma kumku South constituency, One district in Central Province.
All right.
Twami pocha abeni besabali kuchirimboko.
Mukwaina ifwe twami posha ngabalishani ba winter mubanga. Kumuposha ngabalishani.
Ichakubaira kutepo ndipo kutotela mwebakala mababeshire kuchirimba malondola buno sana. Ifyo buteko buleteka ubwarero ifyo burebomba nesi bamapange bukwete kufikirisha ifya buyantashi cyaro cyonse ifyo tuleka pamonga bena zambi lelo kwati kuno kunche ndoko na aba constituency district ndipo kutotela ko ba area MP ba David Topa is our hard working MP kabiba MP aba ichefi atababa tibasa bakalamba balaringana na klasi yayi abapaka pabashani ba MP abakwacha aba ichefi aba bapanyishi pamakasa abantu efintu ngurishi firo kuba kabina totela no mutego wa PF pintu burebomba development natimona parito sandela ndana pocket walipogera kale ifili mwepia kubika amafami input parish ta eriyo mfa loka yali sikana munchende yamishi parish chena yoro moko watuteko wa PF kutwalire okufikisha development lesabi pale mabeshire kuchirimba site ibonze ntokinta mubanga kuno Kurwano district mu Central Province.
Good evening.
Lesa pale.
Hello,
Yes, boss. Tiri bueno.
Kampana ba One SG.
Yes, Vashimunenge.
Yeah, boss Mushan.
Wino Mushan Washimunenge.
Etio mulelo ndolola. Ngaetio ngare chika, gaitalo chiripi. No bali mulele bati MMT aparece achire. Nga MMT yali ko MMT. Abana ba information minister batora ya. Ushitabali ba information minister mu MMT. Nomba paniwa information minister mu PS. Mamona ba Vincent Mwali. Bali ba minister mu MMT. Mamona ba Malangi bali ba minister mu MMT. Boma Tambo wali ikada wa MMT. So ushe MMT kule kuchana na PS. Isa defa mundebe MMT ile mure shoba. Isa kwa sababu ya kwanza ibadi baiza wa president wa. Mamona. Because unity ya kuline binde kwao. Mwaya Mutachacha, my beauty unity. Mwaya Mukairo, my beauty unity. Mamma, MMT, Yakuya, MMT, Yakula, Victor General Hospital, Mamba General Hospital, Yari Kulana.
Okay, Mukupelikisha.
Okay, Mukupelikisha, Yari the Tama Bata, UPNC,
all right. Thank you so much, Bashimulenge. That was your conclusion. Thank you. 0962870921, 0953448551. Time is not on our side, so we have to be brief. Good evening.
Hello, evening. How are you?
Well, thank you. Your name?
Kelvin.
Kelvin, where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Lusaka.
All right, go ahead.
Good evening, comrade.
Evening. Okay, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you. Good to come to the radio. I find that in the PFU, also like other places, there's no democracy. Because you just move it when you want to contest the election. Just move it, just GBM, 2016, just the Zamba, 2016, because they want to contest the what? Then I leave it there. That is your program and your party.
Okay, maybe for correction.
Kelvin.
Okay. GBM was not chased. I think he defected.
He defected.
And the same applies to Sampa. I believe you mean Mo Sampa.
Okay, thank you.
Those defected.
Let me finish now. And now for the development, like a road of Mongo Karabo Road, that will just say government, not if you say government, it's okay. Because you find that program of everybody, Sabanda, and that money was handed by like that Kazungula, that money was handed by what Manawata with Mankande. Then if you say government, that's all, not APM. Some, yeah, but some say government. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, this is Brother Andrew.
Yes, brother. Yes, Brother Andrew.
Brother Andrew, how are you?
I'm very fine. How are you, sir?
No, we are under the grace of God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In the first place, let me correct this question here. You cannot be in this country. You have a government without a political party. Government comes from political party.
Yes.
Okay. We don't have a situation where a government just comes from an egg without the supporters. UNIP formed the government because of the UNIP, which was a political party. MFD formed the government because MFD was a political party. PF formed the government because PF was a political party.
Yes.
So we cannot run away from the fact that without a party, there cannot be a government. So if the government is doing the right thing, which means it's the party which is in power, which is doing the right thing. And this is, we must face those facts and reality, whether we like it or not. Okay? Now, let me come back to the topic. You see, I think for me, the PF has done a lot. In the last 9 years, when you compare between 7 years of UNIP in government, you compare the 20 years of MMG in government, regardless of, the members who are in MMG and today they are in PF, doesn't matter. Because even if you go, let me give an example, even if you go into UPND, if UPND was given a chance to form government, you find that you have people who were in the MMG, but they are in UPND. Okay? So we should not run away from the fact that we must be cosmopolitan when it comes to politics. That's why they say in politics there are no permanent enemies, there are no permanent friends. If you find that those people doing the good things in MMD, why not infuse them in PF? And
need to be concluding.
PF has done. And that's the main reason why we have seen this tremendous development that PF has given to the Zambian people. And it will continue giving the same development.
Thank you so much for coming through.
As long as we continue supporting.
All right, we can quickly respond to the contributions that have come through.
I'll start with on the bottom, Brother Andrew. I think he has clarified a lot of issues where you find you cannot split the government from a political party. Immediately you split that, then you are in a dictatorship. because we believe that everything that we have on a national level, it comes from the legislature, and that's where our national cake has been always been divided across the nation. So I'm extremely happy that he has made that clarity, and then also the comparatively what he has talked about, which I talked about, that 27 years of MMD, and then 27 years of UNIP, 27 years of UNIP, such that, and against ours 9 years. And then on Kelvin, he talked about democracy in PF. And I'm happy that you have corrected the picture, which people say that we chased Mao Sampa or we chased GBM. No, these people, they defected to UPND, and then eventually again they have come back to us. Being a democracy, no one can be stopped to defect to go to another party, and then the other one comes in. And then on Fube, and then the classic example of others, it's those people who would want to force matters against the populace. You find one individual would want elections to be, as they started, they wanted the election to be as early as 2018. So basically, that was the reason why we found that the man was indisciplined. He did not respect the incumbents. Like in this case now, where you find that those who want to aspire as councillors, as MPs, this is the time now they should come. And the people like Fube, they are free to come to the PF to come and stand as councillors and then as MPs. This is timely for them. And then also, you cannot just dream of becoming a president one day if you cannot be a councillor, you cannot be an MP. I think that's, in fact, the main reason why the people of Zambia have been rejecting comrade HH. Because the man from just a boardroom or behind the wheels of one company, you think that you can rule the whole nation. So if you look at that, that was also the main challenge we had with the late Chiruba, FTJ. He may have achieved a lot of things, but where governance was involved with experience, practical experience, he had lapses. And this is the reason why today people would want to have even this inquiry, the privatization inquiry, that he had mishandled. It's coming from that background. If you don't have experience, political experience, you have a lot of lapses. And these lapses, they can go on like the way the privatization, the way it has affected us. For the past almost 29 years, we have been struggling to get out of that mess. So basically, it's important that as we do the intra-party politics, people like Fube should learn live that this is the time they should aspire for being a councillor and then also being MP in the legislature. The doors are not closed. They are still open. So basically, Bamubanga, I think he has spoken well about the development, especially the one which we talked about in agriculture. Yeah. And then also the member of parliament for him. This is what the president was talking about. Let your works defend you. For in this case, it's the works which are defending him. For Councillor Shakafuswa, Tamba, and then Jim Kapata, they will come here to defend themselves. There is a lot of time, and they will come and tell the people of Mandev why they will need to vote for them. Okay. Especially that these are very senior party functionaries, like one Jini Kapata, that is a very senior person. I cannot even comment about her. She has extremely worked well, and she will come and defend herself. The way the president has made those pronouncements, she will have time, and I know she's very good at mobilization, and then also coming to radio station. And then also Councillor Tamba himself, you also come here to defend himself. And this is the reason why the president has said who is Sambira. So he's our constituency chairman there in Mandev. He will come here to defend himself or to why he wants people to vote for him. Because development, at times you find that this individual is just coming from one corner of a ward, and you would want the ball just to be to go and drill maybe on his land or very close to him, you find that maybe other development they have taken in other areas, or development has taken place in his neighbor. So you'd want that development to come to that road to pass through his house. Yeah. So basically, so that's the approach. The MP, the area council, and then also this our provincial information and publicity desk, one Shakafuzwa, who is also our deputy mayor, he will come here to talk for himself because the president has opened this protection which was there. So basically, they have their achievements. They have their strength. They will come here and defend themselves. So basically, this is the reason why we are here, and this is the reason why we are telling the people, with time we have these 10 months. All these our honorables, they will come here, they will line up, we have a lot of time. They will come and tell you the reason why you should vote for them. For me, I cannot even shoot for one. We are comrades. I thank you.
Let's accommodate one or two last calls. We have 5 minutes to go.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Bwino balishani mkaishina na shumvwire.
Banani ati?
Moses kwa joining.
Yes, Moses, be brief.
Makaramba, to be brief, Makaramba, washukuru wanjuri walianda pali ya party election UPND momona. As a UPND, as a party, wafuayo kupata my election. These same people are very separate from the to UPND party picture momona. Eba tubaba polisi abo kusa mkufika to the my election mumfanga. Those people muchite challenge wewe mjaro momona. Kwa chumta challenge. Ala nyewa. Eba tuwa polisi kusa mkete ba UPND wa party election. Momona. Kwani muri afwa baka dire kuisa in party election. Muri eba esha bali munesa inobe ne pale kuti mumfanga jiu tabako kwata my election. Momona. Eba tuwasa ku experience ya government. Eba bali bashukuru bantu wo muneta shaba president wa Lungu. A president wa Lungu is a field as wa mjara wantu. Landa betishinka. In terms of infrastructure, in terms of the economy, good governance, it has failed. So let us
okay, I think time will not allow. We have limited time to go. Would you want to respond to that, and then on top of that, your concluding remarks?
Okay, thank you very much. I think Mulenga, when you're talking about intraparty politics, these are very straightforward, and these we are talking about having structures across the nation, and once you have these provincial structures, district structures, you can hold your election in these structures, like the way they have the secretariat there. The secretariat all the time, the UPND secretariat is open. If they are the district, which we don't even know where it exists, whether it's in people's pockets or what, they would have gone into those areas to do. If they have constituencies, they are going to have all these elections. But if you look at the way it is in Southern Province, they are very free because they have structures on the ground. And this is the reason why we are here appealing to our friends. Can you come up with structures even in Lusaka, on the Copper Belt? Not the structure when you just see Ekaindi Chilema when he was on the ground. That's when we import cadres from everywhere. The way it happens, where you were the problem in the Northern Province just recently, because he went with imported cadres there. They ended up beating people. Yeah. And this is the reason why the police have always been on them, because with them they import outsiders. Okay. They do not have local people. So basically with us, we are extremely happy with the declaration, the decree by the president within the party structure that it's open. Yeah. That now those who aspire, we are also appealing to all members of the public. This is the time they should be truthful. They should show their true colors, their PF. We don't want to have people who come on the 11th hour. Those we don't want. We will refuse them. If you are a civil servant, it's time. There is tournament. Declare your interest now. Come and work for the party. Mobilize the party. Because previously, we were late to mobilize on our own. So basically, we want those who want to be our MPs to work with the people in this coming 10 months. Let them demonstrate. Let them go to the grassroots, as we call it, tufuna tumone background bwerani background musebenzere bantu so that tumizibeni we can be able to audit you. 10 months is enough time than having that 3 months in which we used to have a lot of people that we didn't know. So basically we are looking for creams of creams, we are looking for quality this time, and we salute our president for lifting the incumbency veil. I thank you.
We've been talking to Mr. Chendela Erasmus Mukondo, in charge of Information and Publicity Desk under the Patriotic Front Media Desk. Thank you so much for listening, and those that called in.
Talk at 6 on Millennium Radio was brought to you by Reaper Stock Feed, the Feed Masters.
This is when the voice is coming back.
Yeah, it's like